Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So I get accused and criticized a lot for talking about issues that are in America. The main criticism I get from people is, Jay, you are Australian. Why in the world are you talking about Canadian issues, US issues, other issues that are not actually your own? Don't you have your own country, your own issues to deal with? And I'll say, yes, I definitely do. But I also talk about other countries' issues as well, because that is part of the story box. There are stories everywhere in the world. Doesn't just have to mean my country. I talk about things that I have an interest in, that I like talking about to some degree. And also the truth needs to get out there, doesn't it? So therefore, I see that as a personal responsibility of mine to tell the truth and to call out anyone that is not telling the truth. And that even includes my own government politicians. Believe it or not, I know for a fact a lot of them are corrupt. The reason why I don't talk about it much is because it is boring. It is lame. We have very, very lame politicians that are just really corrupt and only in it for themselves. The juicy stuff, I should say, is in America at the moment, because we all look to America as Big Daddy. What's going on in America? And also some other issues that are going on around the world as well. Problem with Islam, the UK too. Yes, I talk about these things. It's important. And when you have a US political commentator like Tucker Carlson, who claims to be on the right, claims to be a conservative, claims to be a Christian, all these things. And yes, I've had my criticisms of Tucker in the past, as you all know, with his revisionist history take of why the UK didn't actually really win World War II against a particular man that I can't actually say his name now, believe it or not. That's just actually really insane. This platform in particular is very good with the censorship, I might add. That's just another video for another time. I can just rant for ages about that. It really does frustrate and bother me. But Tucker, when he is talking about what's going on in Australia, because he's been here, he's been to Parliament, he's been to all these places, he's seen a lot of crazy stuff that's happened in Australia, but he has decided to call out Albanese, who says, this is Tucker, he says that Australia itself, has been bought and paid for by the Chinese, by China. Have a watch of this.
Buy off Canberra. So you take someone like Anthony Albanese. What does it cost to buy off some sort of low-grade spiv like Anthony Albanese? I don't know. I haven't tried. But my guess is you could probably buy Albanese for less than it costs to buy, say, a new Tesla. It's not expensive. This is a person with no job prospects, no obvious skills, who has the respect of nobody, including his wife. So it's like, why don't we just buy him? And by the way, I'm not attacking, your prime minister. I'm not singling him out or your lawmakers. I've actually visited Canberra and been up to your parliament, and there's some awfully nice people. Ralph is one of them, great guy. They're very much like the people who run my country, the legislators who run my country. They're people who, in a better economy would be selling used cars. But they can't, and so they're your lawmakers, and they get pensions. But it's all very, if I can just be honest with you, it's all very low grade. These are not impressive people. They're not making a ton of money. They're not creating anything. They're bureaucrats. And so what does it cost to buy them off? Oh, not very much. A lot less than it costs to invade. Now, I'm not saying your lawmakers have been bought off. I'm stating unequivocally they've been bought off. There's no question about it. And it's obvious in what's happening in your country. And the first reason you know that your government has been bought off by China is that your country is being invaded in a way that is designed to make you not notice. And you're being invaded through immigration, refugees and legal immigrants. 200,000 a month. 200,000 a month. No country can sustain that level of immigration without falling apart, period. Especially not a country of 26 million. Now, if you think about it, and by the way, Australia being a very decent country, very much like Canada, very much like the United States, you're not encouraged to say anything about this or you're a bad person. because you're offering a better life to people, and like, how dare you not do that? What's never noted is that you are stealing the future of your children when you do that in a bunch of different ways. For one, the most obvious, your kids can't afford houses anymore. In Australia, just like the United States, you have a continental-sized landmass.
He's not wrong. You guys heard what he had to say, right? He's unequivocally saying that our lawmakers, our politicians, and I've been saying for quite some time that they are corrupt. There's only a few good apples, but the vast majority of them, they're all bad apples. And you can tell what's going on because the rich get richer during times of crisis, and Albanese and his lawmakers and his party have all gotten fatter under struggle. And I'm like, how does that work exactly? Why is it that the regular Australian, the hardworking Aussie, is struggling under this economy that you created, I might add, Albo, but you blame that on the previous economy, and no doubt it was bad before Albo came in. It just got worse when Albo got in. He's done nothing to help this economy. The housing crisis, it's gotten worse because he's allowed so many immigrants into this country. It's taken up so much of Australia's space and resources. But of course, he doesn't care about that because he'll stay in the lodge. And it's all free for Albanese and his lawmakers, that a lot of them are actually getting fatter on the tit of China. China's gone, you know what? We don't really need to do much. We just buy them off. We've got money, so we can use that money. And definitely the Australian politicians, the ones that are really corrupt, will sell their soul to the devil by all means. Whatever we can do to get past this economy, this bad economy that we've created, we'll virtue signal to each and every one of them that we're going to do this. We're going to help the ordinary Australian. We're going to, actually create these policies, right, that sound brilliant. They sound amazing, but that's all they are. Something that sounds amazing, but in practicality, they're bullshit. They don't work at all. And I'm getting sick and tired of both parties. They're coming with these policies and they don't help anyone. The only people they help is themselves, because one of the two will get elected or re-elected so they can continue funneling money into their own pockets, so they can continue to be free of all of these struggles that every single other Australian is going through. How do you explain that Tim Tams are like $7? A block of Cadbury chocolate is $8. That to me is insane. Cheetos, for goodness sake, is almost $4. That is a hell of a lot of money. And they'll blame it on inflation. Oh, it's inflation. But guess what's not inflating? Our wages. So having someone like Tucker rip Albo a new one and say, you're unequivocally being bought off by China. And also, I've raised this a number of times, but how do you explain when Albo first got into being the prime minister, first got into office, he had one house that he had. One. Now, Dutton, on the other hand, has like a $30 million property portfolio over time. He's obviously done some decent things. I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into his property portfolio, but he's a very well-off man, okay? Albo done nothing of the sort. Albo had one house and he used that to his advantage during politics. His one line was, I'm just like you. I'm just like you all. I'm a middle class man. My mother still lives in, same house, that sort of thing. But then when he's about to leave office, he's got something like 7 houses, apparently. He bought a new house on the Central Coast not that long ago. $2 million worth on a prime minister salary that I think is $350,000 a year. And then the pension that he'll get after, I don't even think would cover it, all the properties that he's got. So how does his net worth go from X amount when he enters into politics, becoming the prime minister, to now this amount? All on a prime minister's salary. And I think Tucker raised it. maybe this is my provocative thing. I don't know. But I'm more inclined to believe because of what's going on at the moment. You have the Chinese warships that are doing drills off the coast of Australia in our waters, and the government does nothing. Oh, they're just doing drills. Huh? Why are they doing drills for? Off our bloody coast. And the government has invited them. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but that's going on. They've also bought islands off of PNG and all the other ones, Vanuatu, for example, and several of the others. China is buying land. Ever played the board game Risk? I think this is what goes on. You buy land and you take over their land by buying land or by conquering it through force. China's gone, forget force at the moment. Let's use our money. Let's use our great wealth. Let's buy up the Australians because we know that the politicians are corrupt. Sure, they'll sell their soul for however much Tucker said. Not much. For the price of a Tesla. Like what? That's 100 grand? Sure. Let's do that. No principles, no values, no morals whatsoever. Don't really care about the Australian people at all. Don't really care if we go to war. We'll be fine because China bought us. I swear these people, we could be in an actual real life war situation. They'd be like, oh, don't worry about it. It's all good. No need to panic. No need to worry yourselves. Nuts. It really is. Anyway, that's enough from me, but I hope my fellow Australians vote accordingly on Saturday. Labor and Liberals, just as bad as each other. The Greens are the worst. I'd go for an independent. But again, I'm not going to tell anyone who they want to vote for. It's a democracy. Don't be like Albanese telling everyone who to vote for. Don't be like him. Anyway, just don't be a dingbat. Simple. Anyway, you guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.